Hello, my name is Vondre T. Whaley. I have 24 years in the field of education and I currently serve as a high school principal. And yes, I love my job. I'm also the lead admin coach at futureadministrators.com, where our goal is to get you a job in educational administration. Now, before we get started, I need a huge favor from you. I need you to hit that like button. And I also need you to subscribe to our channel because we're giving you the information that you need to know and that is hard to find from other places. In today's video tip, I have to ask you a question. Now, this is a question that you have to answer if you want to be an educational administrator. You have to answer this. Are you planning to be an assistant principal? Now, let me tell you what I mean. As a teacher, you plan on a regular basis. You turn in weekly lesson plans. You think about, how am I going to get the class started? What is that little activity that's going to get my kids thinking? You also plan, what is the best way for me to deliver the content for today's lesson? While you're planning, you come up with activities, whether it's a group activity, independent work, whether you're modeling, you plan for all of this. In that planning process, you're looking at standards because you want to teach to the standards. In that process of planning, you're thinking about ways that you can get feedback from your students, whether it's questioning, whether you have them submit an assignment, whether you have them do share pair. You want to think about ways so you can know that your kids are actually learning. All of this takes planning. And I'm quite sure you will agree that the planning process is an essential part of being a great teacher. So I want to ask you the question again. Are you planning to be an assistant principal? Now, there are certain steps that you should take on a regular basis to complete activities, strategies to employ to get your next opportunity to serve students on a greater level. It's outside of what you do as a teacher. It's outside of what you do as a counselor. What are you doing to plan to be an assistant principal? Now think about this for a minute. Do you have mentors that you communicate with on a regular basis? Are you even seeking to get mentors to establish that type of relationship? And if you do have mentors, are you communicating with them on a regular basis? Are you focusing on activities and duties outside the classroom that can give you additional experiences that you will need to be able to show, illustrate, and convey at the interview table that you have experience in certain levels of building leadership? Are you planning these activities? Are you planning strategies to communicate with your principal and other administrators in the building that you can do certain things? See, that also takes planning. Now, what about the most simple thing? Are you sending emails on a regular basis to communicate with decision makers? The little things that you can do on a regular basis in the planning process to help you get your next opportunity. Now, here's another question. Do you find yourself in places where the decision makers are? Are you in the places where they hang out? Do you attend board meetings? Do you attend sporting events to make it a point in your planning process to communicate with the decision makers that are at those events? See, all of that takes planning. So just like you plan as a teacher, you should plan to get your job as an educational administrator. Once again, my name is Vondre T. Whaley. I am the lead admin coach at futureadministrators.com. Our goal is to get you that job as an educational administrator. We have an amazing course, How to Get a Job as an Educational Administrator. Make sure you check it out in the description. Enroll in that course. Do yourself a huge favor. There's a lot of information, a wealth of information, but more importantly, employable strategies that you can use to give you the slight edge over the competition. But more importantly, I need you to know and believe that you deserve to be an educational administrator.